Okay, we are live now. So I'm going to be working on so I think the first thing is to get us the quiz. Let's get into the quiz right away, and then I'm going to share my screen one moment. So we'll do quiz 2 and 3 today. So basically, I will just open the decision, then we'll take a look at it together, and then we can get answers. So, moment. Excuse me. Sharing my screen now. So just drop your answer by the size. We've gone over it yesterday, but we still need to just go over it just for drop your answer by the side. So let's start with this. The first one and second one is out because there's just a name and the email. So I'm not sending it out. Usually what we do is I will send it out for those who are going to be in advanced class, and then they can go through the put their name and all that. But for this, we're just going to do just online. So the first one, you can put in number 3. When you create a members account are full admin role. Is it true or false? Once you create a member's account, like when you're asked to create an account, does it automatically come with an admin role? True or false? That's the number 3. Number 4, when you create a guest account, I told you to invite yourself using a guest account. Guest accounts are full admin role. Is it true or false? And the 5th one, with guest account, you will need external ID for invitation. Is it true that with a guest account we need an external ID for invitation? True or false? And then the 6th one, with a group account on Entra ID, the group account external ID are security group and distribution group. Is it true or false? Is it security group or distribution group? And then the last one, it's a user does not need a license to get a user mailbox in Office 365. Is it true or false? Have you all answered that? So we have 3 to start, about 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 questions. So the answer, to start with, the one, I hope you guys have put all your notes, because they are going to be shot to be saved. I will know, those who are contributing, who are participating. Now, that being said, so let's go it one by one. Now, when a user's account, a member's account is created, it does not automatically come with full admin. You have to assign an admin role. So it does not come with, so this statement is false. When a user when you create a guest account, it also does not come with a full admin role. So the answer is false. When with a guest account, you need an invitation, you need external ID for invitation. The answer is true. You will need an invitation. You need external ID like Yahoo, Gmail to be able to get an invitation. That is true. types of group account on Entra ID as security groups and distribution group. This is partially true, but it's false because we have security. No, sorry, it's not even true because distribution group is not there. Under your Entra ID, when you go to Entra ID, security group is not, distribution group is not there. Only security group and M365 group on Entra ID. On the admin role, you will see that it has security, it has distribution, it has M365. Like I told you, everything is good. So this statement is false. It's not true. Now, a user does not need a license to get user mailbox. I said this echo it many times. A user does need a security group before you can get a mailbox, right? So that's that. So let me see our performance on our, yes. So false, 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 true, false, just I will take a look at all the answers that you're giving, but that is the one. So this one is going to be going off now. And then I'm going to be putting up another one. I'm going to be putting up another one. So like I said, we have 2 quiz today. The other one would be quiz. So I did quiz 2 now. I'm going to go for quiz 3. Right. So we can just quickly go over this one. I don't need to put it on the descent. Now, quiz 3. Let's start from number 3 here. All groups are deleted permanently once they are deleted. Is it true that when I delete all the groups, they are all deleted permanently? The answer is false, because so I already gave an answer. I wanted you guys to put the answer. So so all group, so the answer is, the statement is all groups are deleted permanently once they are deleted. Is it true or false? It takes 90 days for a share mailbox to be deleted. Is it true or false? That's the fourth question. A share mailbox need a license. Is it true or false? I mentioned that part of that yesterday. A distribution list is used to provide a group permission. A distribution list is used to provide group permission. M365 group can be used for collaboration without teams. Is it true or false? Now let's go back to our answers. The first one, all groups are deleted permanently once they are deleted. Not all groups are deleted permanently once they are deleted. We have M365 group that can be restored. I mentioned this one. Now, the fourth one, it takes 90 days for a share mailbox to be deleted. Now, it takes 30 days. So this answer is false. This statement is false. It takes 30 days for this thing to be deleted, not 90 days. A share mailbox in the license. This one is very tricky. A share mailbox does not need a license. However, a share mailbox can be licensed. I told you that the share mailbox, they can increase the share mailboxes, but the share mail does not need a license. So the answer is false. A share mailbox does not need a license. However, the quota can be increased from 40 gig or from 50 gig to 100 gig. That is, but it does not need a license to function. Distribution list is used to provide group permission. The answer is false. Only security group and security enabled group that is used to provide group permission. Now, M365 group can be used for collaboration without teams. The answer is true, because I showed you while I was showing you teams and all that yes, it can be used for collaboration without this. So that is, I think, the third one. I'm not sure where we've done the fourth one. So let me see people would responded. Okay. Some people, okay. I saw 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. True. So we'll take a look at that. Those, please. We just want everybody to participate, please. Very important. Okay. So I'm going to see. I'm not sure if we have gone up to quiz 4. Maybe that's okay. I think after today they will do quiz 4, and then quiz 5 will be on next week Sunday. All right, so let's quickly get to where we have. I want to believe that we all got an idea and exactly what the quiz is. Let's quickly get to what we want to do today. We're going to do a little bit of going to be a long walk today. I want to introduce you guys to Azure, just a little bit of it, even though it's not something that's then the Outlook, we've dealt with a lot of clients over that is Outlook on the web. I'm going to explain some kind of overflow architectures, inbound mail flow, outbound mail flow. Then we'll do a lot of work on email traces, email analyzer, transport rule. We're going to do all that. To do that, our major work will be on these 3. And then while this one is just a demo, this is just understanding of the inbound and outbound flow. And then, of course, this is a tool we use to check our emails, like we use Outlook to check our emails, basically what that is. Now, on the Azure end, it's this is majorly for advanced, but I just want to introduce you. Now, I know a lot of you say, oh, how can I have a separate system? I just need to, I don't want maybe you want to practice and then you want to have a separate system other than the ones you're using. Yes, you can create a virtual machine. You can be anywhere in the world, and then, you can work remotely with a different virtual machine. So this is just introduction to Azure. I also mentioned too, before now, that you have infrastructure side of Microsoft, which is Azure. We have the subscription. Azure too is also subscription. I think I did mention that too yesterday. But the way it is that let me just share something for you guys. You see the difference I'm talking about. On the Azure, let me see if we have something like that here. You see on the, one moment. This is something like this, where you have, you see, this is our Office 365 admin of Microsoft 365 admin. Please take a note of that. And then you will see that everything that you are seeing here, all these servers, they are subscription, they are services you get, like Purview, Intune, including Exchange. But Azure is quite different. Identity that we manage, even though this identity passes through the 2 of them, whether you are trying to use Exchange as a subscription, you are trying to use SharePoint or Teams. However, Azure is different because that one is based on per use. Is the much of what you use that you are paid for. Unlike when you get a license, under billings, when you get a license like this, like the one you are using currently, you have a particular license. This license is billed maybe every month. This license is billed every month, for instance, every month. And then, but maybe, okay, yes, they are all billed every month, right? But when it comes to Azure, it's different. You see, of this license are billed every month. These are all environments. It's also the same thing with what we have on the account we are using, right? Remember that we have license too on the account we are using. This is our own other tenants that we are using. This is 0st5 st5st.on Microsoft account that we are using. So again, it is understandable that we have this. And then we also know that all this one that we are seeing here, they are licensed except Azure, So please let's understand that. So the difference is very simple, which I'm about to show you. And that's why we wanted to create a virtual machine. The same way too for this license. These are the licenses, that you have in this environment. For instance, I think we only have just one license. I did not open up. It's taking some time. Okay, we have this, and we have used it up, just one license that Microsoft give us for our developer account. So it's understandable. Now, it's quite different from the one you saw in my own environment you saw. Now, let's go to Azure. So the Azure here, I'm not sure they give us any, let me see if they even give us any, maybe later. So this one is also based on subscription, but the kind of subscription this one is based on, see the subscription, the kind of subscription this one doesn't have any subscription, because they did not give us this, that they didn't give us, the subscription for us to, because it's a working account. If they give it us, if we want to create a subscription, we have to pay for that subscription. We can be paying maybe per minute, per hour, or whatever, because we are creating our own infrastructure on this system. That's why I say it's quite different. We are going to be creating our own infrastructure. Somebody's getting a noise from someone. We'll be getting a own infrastructure from someone. So we have these environments, and say, okay, we want to create, our own infrastructure, and then we'll go and select, and we pay for it, right? That's what we are seeing here, right? That's what we're seeing here. Now, because we don't have this, I'm going to demo it on my own end, right? I'm going to demo it on my own end. So this is my own end. To see the users here are not, these are the users here. So this is on my own hand right now. So we can have, now let's go to the Azure on my own hand now. Then if you go to the Azure here, you will see number of subscriptions. In fact, I still have like $100, which I think I can still use, for practice there, because I have a lot of subscriptions. I have different subscriptions. I have MCCP subscriptions, which I think is popping up. I have about $100. I have, Microsoft Partner subscription. I have Pay As You Go subscription. I have all these subscriptions. Now, why am I showing you this now? Because I want to create, if I want to create any infrastructures, I must have a subscription. I must have a subscription. So, this one, I think this one still has about $100. If I'm correct from what where's that? Your partner network remaining credits as $100. So which is a good one. So we could just create an infrastructure, because I'm not using that right now. So let's see. Now that's what I'm trying to say. But now, since I'm here, let's just say I need to create a system that I want to use. This system, I just want to use a system, or I want to create a system maybe for Adelé, for instance. Remember that Adelé has a license, but it doesn't have his own system. So what if I want to create a system for Adelé, so that that particular user can just log in anywhere he can log in, and then should be able to use his own ID? What about that? And that's what I was trying to demo. So then I can just go to virtual machines. And so I have several virtual machines running. They are majorly for my projects, and they are Linux. But what we are doing, and they have their own public, I'm not supposed to show you this. please, but I will just quickly create this because I don't want to expose my design of virtual machine. So I'll create a resource from here. We'll create a virtual machines. Fortunately, it will still take me to the place I don't want to show. All right, so I'm going to create a virtual machine. Who is this? Who's doing this? So I'm going to create a virtual machine. I'm going to use Microsoft Partner Network, create a virtual machine. So it's going to give me what I need to do to create this, what I need to do to create this virtual machine. Basically, I needed, I just want just use a standard, very simple, just use a standard. I'm going to pick up an image. I need a window 10, for instance. I just need a window 10. I need to be able to have, so this one I'm going to pay. If I leave this one, see, for 1 month, for instance, yeah, is it 1 month? Yeah, so I'm going to just keep, let me just use this. If I will pay this one 8 gig memory of a system. I told you that when we're dealing with IaaS and PaaS and then SaaS, this is an example of IaaS because you are creating your own memory, everything by yourself, and everything is being provided for you. So you just put what you want to do. So let's say you have this, for instance, and then this is the memory you want to use with a 2VC US, and then you can create your and the password. You can create the name of the account on the computer they want to use. So I could just say I want to just say Adele, probably the name of my computer. Then I'm going to put my password. To be sure. You didn't want me to add more. Mm, sorry, I don't want to put the one that I will not be able to remember. All right, so then I'm going to add this one. I'm going to allow this to be HowDP because I need to be able to turn it into this account. So I confirmed that there will be license in it. Then I can move this one to the next phase. So I'm going to review it. So we're going to create a machine and then we can it's going to create that machine for us that we can be able to log in into that virtual machine. It's taking some time. It's taking some time. What's going on? It's taking long time. Okay, I'm going to just use this. Um, I'm not using PRC-Go because this is being okay. I'm going to use, I'm going to create a new resource group. I'm going to create a new resource group because I'm going to delete it immediately. Demo. And then US East, I guess it didn't get all the, so the location, the virtual machine's name, I don't need infrastructure. I just need basic standards. I need just the list window 10. The memory as I explained before. Then I will have the username. So the username can still be I'll use Saxajai. Then I'll use okay. So allow this confirm review. Hopefully this one will be faster. Okay. No, I'm not saving. So this works out. So you could see here, it's showing this is the per hour. So if I use it for an hour, they're going to charge me this on my own. So validation passed. So then I can create my own virtual machine. And then it's going to create the machine for me in minutes, maybe in 1 minute, in less than 1 minute. And then the virtual machine is ready. So you could see it's deploying it virtual machine. So you could imagine now, if I want to create a thousand machine, I could evaluate maybe 1,000 servers. I could do that in few minutes. If I want to provision the device, I could do that in few minutes. That's the power of you going to high level infrastructure when it comes to IT. For those who are going to be in advanced class, they will be getting into that. So, and so that's the kind of things you be, like I told you, if you know much more than what other people know, then you'll be paid for it. But if you don't know it, you stay where you are. It's as simple as that. So basically, you need to be able to work on that. I don't know who is doing this, doing a screenshot on my this thing. I probably need to just see how to take that out now. Why are people doing that? So I would, so we have, so within minutes, it's going to create a deployment. Now deployment is complete. Now, so what I need to do on my own end is just to go, just use this is my own system. I want to, so I'll just use our DP, remote desktop connection. Then I'm going to get the IP address for this particular, server, which is, so this is the server that is running. And then I'm going to pick up the, I'm going to pick up the IP address on this server. This is the public IP address for this server. Then I could just put the public address here. Then it's going to ask me of the username. And then I just put the username. Then I can log into that system. That system is outside, somewhere on Microsoft end. Then I can log into that system. Now, that is the system you're seeing here. The name of the system is Adelaide system. Adelaide, and I will to log into that system. So now it's opening for you. So it's provisioned within less than a minute. So we have a situation whereby you can deploy it for the whole infrastructure of a company within a minute. Somebody's asking question or what? Yeah, somebody said we need to start this live as well. That's why I'm doing it in the video, so that you guys can always go back and see. So we have this, so you could see this is the machine that I just, so this is an example of IaaS, because you provision everything yourself. You can be allowing your own network, that's okay. Now it's sharing everything on my distance with me, but see, this is a system on its own. It's a system on its own, and you can do anything you want to do there. You can install your Microsoft Word in it. You can do anything you want to do. What's the name of this system? You can check the name of the system. I think there's a way you check the name of the system, and it's going to be exactly the name we have on it. Is it? So the name of the device is called Adelaide because that's what we name it. Everything that we install on the system is exactly what it is. And then you can see, even though it's being provisioned, and within 1 minute, less than a minute, everything is provisioned. So the same way, we can have our infrastructure. So just in case I want to install Outlook here, for instance, now, and I want to install, so all I need to do is just to go over to this environment. Let me just say, go to this, and I want Adelaide to use the system. So all I need to do is just to go to, open it, and then try to, so no, start without my data sync, continue without Google data, start browsing. So I don't need all this customization. So this is my this thing. So I could just go to Office, so it goes to office.com. Then I can sign in the user of Adelaide, right? What is the this thing for Adelaide? Adelaide's the one I was using that I use most often, right? That is this particular user. We all have the password for that particular user, right? Because it has a license, that's its own license, and that's why I can. Then you ask me for this particular user to have a. Okay, so we have. I want to go and see where I saved the password myself because I know I saved the password somewhere. Uh, Jesus, I'm not sure I have the password with me. Can somebody send me the password? I know the password was somewhere. Well, I wanted to be able to use this for this particular 1 minute. I was looking for it that time too. Okay, I think I sent it on those mentors listen. Hmm. Somebody there can send it to me, repost it on the. I don't want to reset it because one of you probably won't be using it. So okay, I think I found it. I found it. So I'm going to save it here on the different. All right, so let's use that account now. So you can see it came up for me, and then I could see here. This is my machine. These systems belongs to a delay. I don't want to, not for now. So it should give me. So you could tell me. You see, show me. Asking me that this is the environment for uh yeah, this is the environment for take me to Copilot straight. So we have libraries, agents, charts, uh what is the admin side of it? Now that just logged me in, should be able to give me all that I wanted. Uh-uh. Just giving me the Copilot straight. Okay. Uh, anyway, the point here is that number one, I've already logged in with this system, with this account. Okay, this one has not even provided me with the 1 minute. We have I picked up the one that it showed me the last time. I don't want to use any of these agents because agent store. Okay, so we'll still have to. Microsoft is changing a whole lot of things here. Office. Okay, so I'm going to do something like this. Outlook, login. So automatically it will just give me the deleter because I already signed it anyway. So it just opened this one for me. Now I could also do Teams or whatever it is. So this automatically this, and then I can download Outlook itself. You know, this same Outlook I'm using here, something like this on my own system. I can download on that system. And so basically that system became operational for everything that we're doing. So that is one part to do. So that's the demo for that. Just in case you guys want to, maybe in the future, you want to create virtual machines and you'll be able to do all that. So that's the demo for that. So I'm going to leave that now. And then we're going to move to other things that we have in mind to do today. So one of such is the let me print this out. I'm going to minimize the system. So this has been talked about. So you can, in this case now, you can download the Outlook clients. You can then connect to the OWA, which is our Outlook Web Access we have just done. Now let's quickly just go through this. We may have to extend our distance to next week. Now we have hybrid Mayflow. Now I just want us to focus on few things here, because for those who are going to be going into higher class, they will be taking care of some other aspects of hybrid. But for us, we are just only on cloud alone. Only the ones who are going to be considered, we're going to consider it's just going to be, I think, anything about the cloud, which is, I think, 1, 2, and then 10, 3, 9, 7, 8. Now, later on, for those who are going to be going to intermediate or advanced class, they'll be treating the one on the Exchange servers, Active Directory, and like that. So we'll look at it in that directions. Now, you see here, this is an example of a Mayflow. Someone here, which an Exchange user, the first thing he does is to try to sign in. This person wants to check his emails or want to try to check and the email, everything is recited on Exchange Online. And then when he tries to check the email, he comes back and says, "Who are you?" Remember identity. And then it goes back to this particular user and then goes back again to confirm under Entra ID. You see, that's why you see 1, 2, going back, 3, go back to see the identity. This is all the identity key of everything, and it's connected to everything. So, and that's what we call it Entra ID. That's 3. Then forget about what goes into this, because that does not concern you for now. Let's say you have gone now. Let's now go to number 9. Number 9, this particular DC will say, for whatever happens between 4 and 6. Yes, 4, 6, 4, 6. We are not interested in that right now. So after this 4, that is if the identity is another somewhere else. That's why you will check all these ones. But now, after 3, the next thing we look at is 7. This particular Entra ID checks whether there's any rules affecting this user, why this user should not be granted access to have access to what is inside this mailbox. and it comes back to check it and said, oh, if there's rule, if it's a rule to deny, it will deny. If there's a rule to approve, it will approve. And then it comes back to 8. When it comes back to 8, the 8 checks it, and that's why you say the number is sent me for me to be able to add to it. And that's the authenticator app. Now, it then go back to, okay, yes, this person has been verified, and come back again and say, yes, grant this person access. Then that is only time the 10 comes into play. You will now come back to 10. You now tell the user, the Outlook, and say, yes, we'll be giving you access. You can go ahead and access the information. And this Outlook, having the token to open the email, we then go back to 10, 11, and then have a ceaseless communication with the exchange continuously. So this is just an hybrid environment, but I'll just explain the cloud part of it. So it might look so simple. Checking emails are not that bad. There are so many agents working behind the scene. So just have that at the back of it. And the reason why I have to put this one through to you is because other things I'm going to show you now. Now we have another thing we are going to look at now is what we call inbound mail flow. Now, inbound mail flow shows that emails coming in. Any mail coming in is very critical. We have to make sure it's been analyzed, it's been ensured that how do I put it now? That you are careful before you receive any email in. You have to be careful. There's more carefulness in what you are receiving than what you are sending. Basically, and we're going to see that too. Now, there's something called, these are the areas it's going to follow through. It's going to get to what we call connection filter, where your IP address, to be sure that yes, it's coming, this particular email is coming from several IP address. You have to check whether there's no whether there's no virus, which is anti-malware filter. That filter will work on it to be sure that there's no virus. Then there'll be rules where the internal rule affecting this mail, should this mail be accepted or not, should we route it somewhere else, or we have blocked this particular email from ever coming to our organization before. These are where the rules is going to be. Then the next one is, before it gets open, it has to be worked on. We have to recheck again to be sure that there are no threats. There are no policies that affect the threats, policy within the environment. And that's why you see all these ones here that I'm seeing here. These are 0-hour purge and all that. So it's very, very important that you see that. That's an inbound rules, the way it goes through, just for you to have understanding. Now, for the outbound, you are sending it out. You are not receiving. You see, it's just a 3-step, unlike the other one that has multiple steps. Now, what it means is that only is going to be checked by your anti-spam, and then it goes to transport rule, then it goes to anti-spam filter. So anti-malware filter, outbound anti-spam, then anti-malware filter, which is make sure that there's no virus and all that. Why this one is spams, to be sure that when the other person receives it, they don't consider it as a spam, that is legitimate, is coming from this. So that's the 3 things that are going to be checked when the email is going out. Of course, we've talked about this several times, that we've done this, we've done this. We've been able to connect to our OAuth, we've been able to assign roles, exchange admins, and then we are now talk about email tracing. Yesterday, I did some email sending back and forth, and then we're going to trace that email. So we're going to start with that. So we go back to our exchange. On our exchange, we did a couple of email sending, if you recall. We did a couple of email sending out to different emails, back and forth. This is test 2, for instance. We did we did it through sending a group message and all that. Remember all that. So this is I think test 1, or I'm not sure, but at least it's user. So we have all these IDs that we are used, in doing a lot of email testing. So it's now time for us to check if somewhere, if along the line you send an email and it's not working, maybe for some reason. I think I 1 minute. I'm going to share my screen again. So if along the line you share just 1 minute. So if along the line you send, so let's go to our Exchange server or Exchange Online, whichever way you want to call it, or Exchange. Sorry. So our Exchange, from here we can go to our Exchange. So that we have several Exchange here. Several admin center here. From here, this is our Exchange, and then we want to check the first thing is Mailflow. We want to check the tracing of this mail, and then we can start to trace. We want to likely to check the mail flow between, let's say, let me try to look at the mail flow. The sender is this person, and then I want to I think we have test 2. I'm going to put test 1. I'm going to be test 2. Test 3. Yeah, and then I'm just going to be within, it was 2 days ago. So within this period, and then I don't need any extra subjects. I just want a summary. So I'm going to do a search. Okay, so let me edit the search. So it looks as if there's no matrix between that. So let me add a delay. If there's any mail coming from that. Okay, so there was an email coming which was delivered, subject called test batch 2. And so you just imagine if somebody tells you within an organization that, they just send you a ticket and said, oh, there's a problem, somebody cannot receive email. So the first thing you are going to do is to troubleshoot to know whether this person email is there or not, right? So you want to be sure that that email is delivered. So if that email is not delivering, then you have to check it again. And so you have this as it is. Then you can check further to look at all the events, what happens. So you could see different events that happened. There's no major events here. What else again? You can prepare extended reports. You can view the message in Explorer. Whatever it is you want to do, you can check here, and then you can copy the message in message reports. In a text, you can prepare the extended reports. You can view in Explorer. The Explorer is a different thing we are going to be treating next week, part of what we are going to do. So you can hunt for this message. So now, one of the things you are going to be doing is to try and see. So this is where you can search for message. Now, what happens if you try to send an email to a wrong address. Maybe address is not even in existence, and then just try to send it, and then it didn't deliver. So it's going to give you a report, right? And that report is what you are going to use to do what we call a trace. Another, you can do a trace, and then of course, where's this thing? So we have, so that's a message trace, and then message trace, DLs, and then we're going to have what we call header analyzer, to trace the emails. And then I can just do that, and then I'll do the rules now. So we have, so this is the message that you receive, right? I don't know whether somebody was asking again. The slides. Yeah, okay. We have you don't need, you can have it. So there are several password that I already given, for all the users that are all the T accounts. You can use them, because for those who have an account with us, all those, you say you have T account, Alex Weaver, you can use it. You can still use the Go. You can use all those T accounts. They have password, the same password for all of them, which you can use to, get into them and use as a practice. So we provided that for those who already have an account. So that will help you to be able to practice. Does that make sense? So we have that in place already for those who don't have that password. Then of course somebody cannot be able to do. So we have these users. We have okay, this somebody was actually sending email, to test, which is okay. This Joy Aerobi or so. So we could see a lot of people are testing and are getting their results, to be sure that they actually get to where they are going. So you got to practice. So that's the only way out. So that being said, so we have, again, I hope the Joy Reese is not a license. It doesn't license herself, but just to be sure that it doesn't license to herself. Now, the next thing is to do what we call connectivity analyzer. So there's a tool called connectivity analyzer. Just going to just put it here, Microsoft Connectivity Analyzer. So these tools, you are going to be using it all the time, most of the time. It's from Microsoft. So, and then in this case, we have several use of it, but the ones that we are going to take a look at in all these two now is the message analyzer. This message analyzer is going to open up the message analyzer for us. And so we need to verify, we need to track how the mail flow works in real time. And then already we have something that we traced here. Let's say this message failed, maybe it was not delivered or whatever it is. And then you needed to get to know exactly what really going on within this system. So I'm not sure if this is the copy. Let me see. Okay, this one just copied the whole message, the actual message, the same, but I needed something more to be able to track the actual delivered. So this was just copy, just the subject. It didn't give you the content, basically because you are an admin, you are not expected to know the content of anybody's message anyway. So let me pick this, take it in Explorer. Even though we have not talked about security yet, So I'm going to go somewhere now. Okay, you just show me the Explorer. This is a copy of the images. Okay, this is not what I'm looking for. Now let's go to the delivery of that message. So what happened is that the sender is this, receiver is this, right? So if I want to check that, I can go to receiver. Where is that receiver? Receiver is Adele. So I can open the Adele this in any way. Okay. I will just go over here since I have access to, I can open Adele. So this particular emails that I'm about to open, there was a particular message sent from Ajayi to Adele, which is this one. And then this particular message. So I opened it, separately, and then I think I should be able to get what's it called? Let me see. It's a download message. Let me see. We're supposed to be able to give me Outlook item, so I can save it under my download. Okay, so let me see what I have here. So I'm going to use this one to open it. Okay, so this is the message. I needed to get properties. Now, do you see now I open the message completely, and then I come to properties, and then I'm going to copy this message under internet headers. So this was expected to, this is what I want to trace. So as an engineer, you are supposed to be tracing those messages. So I'm going to go back to our connectivity analyzer, which we already opened somewhere. So now I want to trace this message. So I've said analyze. You see, they are in codes, right? But it's a message. And I only put just a line. Then it's going to show me this one. Now let's see what has happened. You see what has happened here? There's a subject called testing batch 2. And then it's coming in from a production environment. It's one of the servers that Microsoft has. You see product.outlook.com. This is a server, but it's coming from there, received by this. This one submitted to this one, and this one receive it, and then it goes further, and then it takes 3 seconds for that email to be delivered. So there was a little bit delay on that particular mail, which is not supposed to take almost 3 seconds, maybe at 0 seconds, just like this one. But between this one and this server that delivered to my mailbox, which apparently, I think they're the same server, because we are my own account and the account of this particular Adele account, they're in the same server basically. So you could see. Now let's look at this. So that's the tracing, and then the other information, details informations that is also provided for me. You could see all those details informations, It's also providing all those things based on the, and so these are the things too that we know we have to. If for now again your knowledge probably only restricted to just understand on how to search email, then analyze emails either like this, which is very key. And then the last one is going to be the rules. It's going to be the rules on the exchange. Basically, we talked about the rules, and that's the scope we are going to be working on. See, we can create several kind of rules, and then if you want to create any rules, just make sure that you're creating a rule and you're deleting it. But you're expected to understand the rules, how it works. Now, this is one rules that I created, I believe. I think I did that, to say, okay, if you are sending, that is reason why I did not receive or email coming from this, okay, email coming, so prevent email coming from this. So if I try to send email to any person through this one, it's not going to be delivered because there's a rule that has been created so that you don't deliver email. So you could see that I'm going to delete this rule now. I don't longer need this rule, but that is exactly what's going to be, because I'm going to be testing with this almost from time to time. So I'm going to delete this rule. So you could imagine me. So let me delete this rule. So you imagine I'm going to recreate something similar. So you could imagine me, let's say you want to prevent certain user from sending mails to you, or you want to do so. Like I said, create the rules, but make sure that you delete it. For this one, any rule you create, delete the rules. Somebody created this rule, but it looks as if this rule has not been enabled. So you can create a rule. After I create a rule, so again, I think I was one that created the rules. You also need to enable it. Otherwise, it's still going to be inactive. So I'm going to disable it. I'm not going to activate this one. So I created that rule, then I add a copy of that rule. I think that's what happened. So I created one rule, then I have a copy of that rule. So let's take a rule. I want my message. Either I want to create a new rule, and I said the name of the rule. I say rule 1 prevents all messages. I don't want to use it. This one is very terrible. This one is, you shouldn't do that. Or let's say prevents a delay, for instance. Let's say I want to prevent that, and say okay, the sender is the sender is a person, and then I'm going to make sure that a delay is involved. And I said, okay. And then I said the recipient, then I'm going to do another one. Do the following: recipients or blockade, or what is this message do? Redirect message if the sender is this, and then and if the sender is this, I can even add one more to it. And if the sender is this, and then maybe, and if the recipient is this person, addressed to any recipient, no. If this recipient is a person, let's say the recipient is me, right? So in other words, do the following: make sure redirect the message to the third party. I need the message to be redirected to this, to my Gmail. So you could see that kind of rule. And so I'm going to be sending email from this, and then to this, and then we want this message to be redirected to this person. So, and then that's what's going to be the rules. So I'm going to just put it up through like that, finish. And then once it's done, I'm going to wait not just create a rule and then make sure that that rule is enabled. So that is an idea of you creating a rule, so which you are going to be doing from time to time. So you see it's disabled, and then I'll come again and then enable the rule. And then you're going to wait for 1 or 2 minutes or 2 seconds. Then it's going to show here, after 1 or 2 few seconds, that the rule is enabled. So if I decided to say, okay, this is Adele now, where's Adele? This Adele now. So who is going to be, I think I'll open it somewhere else. Now, this Adele is trying to send email. And it's trying to send email to me. Test, continue. Test, continue. So I expected that this person send email to me, I should not get it, right? I mean, I shouldn't get the email from my own account. Why? Because there's a rule that's already moved my email that mail should not be delivered to my own account. So I'm going to just go there and go check if we have something similar. If you have something, so I'm going to check again. I've not tried you sending me outside the organization, but let's see. Let me check. The one I sent yesterday, I think it went to spam. So I'm going to also check spams also as well. Yes, so this went to spam too as well. So be careful. Report not spam. Report. How do I put it now? So it's not a spam. So you could see here, test continue. So you could just see how it's redirected my message. So it's a very powerful rules, and you just need to be careful of what you're doing. So this is my computer here, which I'm going to discontinue, and then I'm going to deallocate it before. So I'm just going to discontinue. Then I'm going to go back to my, where is it? On my Azure, and okay. So this is where I created it. So I'm going to just go to my virtual machines. And then this time around, I want to remove this because it's running. But what I'm going to do is that I'm going to actually remove the resources. I'm not going to just remove this thing. I'm going to go to resource, because so many things are inside that system. So I'm going to go to resource group. Resource group demo. Resource group. I don't need this. Why is it tagging me this? I need the main resource group. Demo. So this is the resource group I'm looking for. So on this resource group, I'm not just going to take it out. So on this resource group, I have the virtual machine, I have the IP, I have this, I have all this one. I have the virtual network, but I'm going to take it out completely. Just say delete. I'm going to pick this. Let's just see this, and it's going to wipe out everything for me on that. So the whole machine is going to be gone within a minute or within a few seconds. and then I'm just taking away all the distance, and then I can't log into that particular system again because it's out. Okay, I'm going to stop here. So any question? I think we've been able to work extensively on our main flow. So the main assignments for us is just to work on trace messages, flow, analyze message header, and all that. So very, very important for us to be able to walk around. So I believe we should be able to do that this week. Any question from me? Any question? Okay, I believe you all get the message. So go back, rewatch the video, do your tests, try to send mail back and forth, do your own email tracings and all that. Extend your own capability from how much you can because of our limited time. We can't go do much, but at least by next weekend, we'll be concluding all this series. But I needed you guys to make up you practice and practice and practice. So that makes sense. All right. Thanks so much, everyone. Thank you, guys.